Hello, you all. It's been a while. We are here again. December 25th, 2024. Merry Christmas. Ho ho ho. Just last night, Christmas Eve in India, 24. This profound emotion moved through me. It was so overwhelming. My whole body went into a state of shock, kind of. It was a very sad energy. So the tears were flowing. But I could not do justice to the level at which it was moving through. These talks that come and this voice that helps to sound its thoughts. Comes from a very intimate place of the being. This is not a performance or a recorded, it's very spontaneous, very raw and very authentic and very true at the same time. It has qualities of a perfected being. There is no prior rehearsal. There is no counterfeit, copied material. Although it may sound like something that's familiar, because it is. To carry it in the body and to read it in the mind and then to voice it through the spirit is a monumental task. To do it with grace and dignity. It's quite heavy and light at the same time. That is what this whole journey is all about. One chooses his or her personal preference for this spiritual experience. The soul's journey is known, taken off from where it left off. There is an intense desire or a natural tendency of the wanting to come home. It's difficult to put words because words are sounds, but it also carries a kind of understanding that is perceived by the one hearing it in their own way. And that's okay. Each one can hear it in the way that they are able to. Every child wants to come home. It's a good feeling, isn't it? A home where love is received. There are people around. There is a security of belonging. For example. So, in my humble attempt to visualize this journey, even if we understand that we are a part of something else, we seem like a reflection of sorts from the source. And when this drop merges with the ocean, it feels one. It is one. So there is no feeling of high, low, bigger, smaller, powerful, weaker, because it's reached home to where it belongs. And you they say feel at home, and you rest in that place, occupying the space with comfort. You're comfortable with who you are at home, isn't it? In today's world, the challenges are very obvious and high, but no one seems to have reached home. We all seem lost in some way or the other, scattered spirits. And as we walk, doing our thing, we try to connect with other bodies that are walking around. But there is not one body that you can feel comfortable with. I say body as a person. Relating to one another has become very scattered and irresponsible. And there is a kind of diluted spell, so much so that it is being misunderstood as some kind of a reality and dragging everyone away from the real path. You can tell by just looking at a person or where their mindset is. There is energy in the body, and the thoughts generated in the mind creates a kind of presence within, and it starts to radiate more and more profoundly as you come awake, feeling clear and clean. You know when you're not connected with someone, So we're all just putting on a facade, faking it away. But what if we could connect with each other in the most authentic and truthful way? If, because there is so much fear around that, because the path's not clear, and when you're lost somewhere, you're scared. Then you're frantically trying to find a way out, come back home. Have you ever been lost? Then you know what I'm talking about. There is so much power in love. Love can really, really set you free. What we used to connect with and how completely changes after this happens. It's a journey, so it's also a progressive process within. And each one's stories is an evident manifestation of this truth. It is true in my own experience. Even if you're not physically close to the person, when you pray or send thoughts of love, it is very powerfully effective, way faster than sending a message on the phone or talking. Thoughts are way faster. We all carry a spirit within. That's what life is. So when we come closer and closer to understanding why we are here, who are we, what are we doing here, the presence of life within, what the body is able to do, and this whole beautiful world we have created. If we have come to a certain level in this, because there is no end to it, it's an ocean. From that level, we accept and feel in an amplified way pushing away all the distractions and the unnecessary connections. It is true that life is the same in everyone. There is the same spirit in all, and we have the honor and the privilege to connect, relate, have relationships using these emotions, love. Then there is a sense of oneness. When we find that within, it's very profound. We are not behaving in ways that we used to with the untamed emotions and the scattered, lost spirits. Then we start to live that way. Everything changes. How you live, how you think, how you are interacting with people. With this understanding in the background app, you know what's happening. So there's no chaos, there's no war. You spread the peace everywhere you go. Very humbled by the humanity and profoundly touched by the divinity within. Aligning the body, the mind, and the spirit in a perfect balance, which helps you to live life with responsible maturity and gives a little more meaning and potential truth and feeling into your existence every day, every moment. You feel like living, feel like waking up. You do it with beautiful intention, peace, and being so present in the moment with this entire being that you are. The science of it is fascinating. I can choose to expand it in terms of mundane living. We will get to it as we go on. Just bear with me and be with me in this space of love and giving and sharing. And life will get better. The mind will think better and the soul will feel better. It's a natural process of living and dying. And we create a beautiful story. Once it happens, it happens. So one tends to understand the respectful presence of the being through the word, thought, and deed. You won't want to use it, misuse it, or abuse it. You don't want to say things or even think in the mind anything that is not beautiful or makes sense. What we do outside, like folding your hands with respect in the presence of something respectful, happens within you. And you're always in the state of humble reverence to the being within. Like I said, it's getting very strong, very intense. We will ride it as best as we can and give it our thanks for the experience. To be able to understand the bigness in our own small ways in life. Because truth is powerful. One should reach a level where you're not just saying things, you're not guiding and controlling other people's lives. We all have our responsibility for our own self, from the body, the mind, and the spirit. And we have to take care of it the best way we can. Everyone is at a different level. So and every part within ourselves is also the same. So when we clean it up and clear it out, it starts to get more and more vivid. So let's continue this journey as we begin on a beautiful day where people have come together celebrating, giving and sharing. Blessed families of God. But let us also begin our journey of the real truth and make it better and better every day, so we can live with each other, experiencing peace and joy, above all love, without hurting each other and choosing ways that are inappropriate or disrespectful, because experiencing love and this kind of connection is very beautiful, so soothing for the soul, and it's a very new, it's a new place to be. And I think it is the very place we all need to be. A home under the same roof, same family. It's the day after Christmas, 26th December 2024. I hope and pray the joy and the celebrations continue and end this year filling hearts and minds with cherished memories and transition into the beautiful new year 2025. Yeah, my voice sounds really sad, and I've been mentioning from afternoon of 24th as I sit and remember all the beautiful Christmases that we had as a family. Now circumstances and situations have separated us, and we're all in our own spaces, struggling and suffering our own deep sorrows, and the depth of pain is not worth even putting it in words. We know how sometimes the energy just moves through when you think of someone or you have some memory moving through. I wish I was a little more joyful and send happy energies and blessings, but I think that can be just pushed aside because the words that are filling my heart and mind and the urge to share is very strong. So just putting in an effort to record it because it makes me feel good. It soothes the pain of my soul, and it fills the empty space of my loneliness. And I hope maybe this will be the only inheritance I have from my son who is in the US right now. And my heart goes out to all the children everywhere going through challenges and struggling to make sense of their lives and their minds and their hearts. And I pray that the Lord blesses them profusely so they feel your fatherly love and forgive their parents and forgive everybody around and forget their pain and sorrow and rise up and find the hidden gifts that you've given them, find their way back home, find their way to reach out to you and pray, and try to find a place to live peacefully, harmoniously. Remove those thorns from their lives, Lord. Remove anything that is threatening them abusing them. Let my children come home. Really, mothers would understand. It's very deep, the role of a mother. Good or bad, her son is her son. So I may not understand exactly what may be happening to all the children out there and what their souls have rolled into this version of their consciousness and their bodies and minds. I may not understand the Lord's plan and play for His people that are seeking relief and waiting for that door to open and enter your kingdom and find little solace and relief and freedom from the sin and the suffering and all the chaotic, nefarious energies that are confusing them, cluttering their lives and relationships. But I do know that the Lord is watching and I feel His presence very strong, and I'm grateful for that. We had this gift come unto us and bless our family in a very profound way, and it would just come through us and words would come, songs would come. It was not a very big, it happened for many years. And I have been listening, feeling my achy body and that is going through waves and waves and waves of suffering, one after the other, and coming back alive. And what I do to cope with it and move through it. And I've been clinging on and hanging on to this voice that came, that I love so much, and it touches my heart. And it moves my soul. I reach out, remember the good times, and feel His presence again and again and again, and somehow carry this pain and suffering through without reacting to it or dragging it through any of the world's deceptive ways of healing. It's been very natural. So I don't know what has become. I'm 51. I just finished my birthday, and this feeling of moments that are so precious just hits me, and I may not be alive, and I don't know when, but I do hope that the children receive this voice as a blessing, and they will wake up and feel free one day. The topic for today was to be free and to be real. Like I said, I don't quite understand why the spirit has moved us to this place. We are a bunch of rebellious God lovers, very blessed, very fortunate. But the opposition party has been quite ferocious. I don't know what they know. We don't even understand the warfare, but it's been very tedious for our hearts and minds, and my family has gone through great suffering. And all I have in my heart right now is love and reflection of, if I felt this much love at that time, it could have been better. We could have done better. And my heart goes out to all the families out there struggling and suffering and forced into making choices that are more and more and more hurtful, when love can make its way and fix everything. Bless people to make choices based on love and forgiveness, and bring Christ into their living and loving and thinking. And all the fights and abuse and violence ends. It's still a process, it's still in the making of this old body with new wine. Because what does anyone want, right? Everybody wants to be loved. That's what the soul's really seeking and searching. Is there anybody out there that I can connect and share my love and feel those emotions in this precious human body, which is so sophisticated in everything, and it's in the way that it's created to create beautiful stories and leave behind wonderful memories. But the addictive nature of that other energy is very disturbing and distracting. It demands a reaction. But this thing is very quiet, and the Lord is not interested in feeding addictions. He remains in His self of pure love, open arms, welcoming anyone into His heart. It's very overwhelming to the body living in this day and age, full of the opposite energies, just at its peak of insanity, hurting, hating, everywhere, in every families and in everyone. So it's been a while since we've had His presence together, but we've had a lot of experiences. So I do believe that everyone has a spirit within that can connect to this and feel touched and loved. It's flawless. It's just so beautiful when it flows in that way that one can only hear love, affection, compassion, kindness. And in my imagination of a blessing that He may kindly bestow upon us, I feel and think even the most difficult soul and heart and mind can be changed and touched into becoming something very beautiful from within, and nothing can stop him from giving himself to you. I think I understand it as a spirit of gift that comes into you, and then it stops all the other nonsense that's going on within the hate and the hurt, and you don't know who you are, and you have all this unruly energies just pushing you around and making you make choices that makes you look ugly, and then the whole drama. So we'll see where it goes. I'm just here trying to give it a voice. Like I said, it's healing for myself, and I hope that someday, somehow, the children will hear the mother's voice and feel soothed and know that there are good women out there, blessed mothers and beautiful sisters that are only seeking to be respected and loved for their craziness and intense energies. And all the beautiful gifts that they're born with, including creating a human being through their wombs. That their pain and suffering be understood and not misunderstood, that they get the strength to rise up into the beautiful women that they are, and not be shy to express the Holy Spirit from within. And to touch the fears with His mighty love and His powerful touch, with His strong hands that may lead you on, lift you up, and show you how beautiful life is and how powerful love is, in that way that you start feeling good about yourself and you want to do good things, and the Spirit is moving through you to make choices that are helpful to others and not harmful, and have a very peaceful mind to think through the day's challenges and live the day as an offering back to Him, being thankful, grateful, and then going back to sleep peacefully. So this thing has been sitting with me from yesterday. Feel free. We have to be free, then you be real. Meaning there is not a moment of your life where there is deceit and deception and lies. Then when you're free from that, there is no fear. In everything you do, you're automatically being truthful to yourself, whatever it might be. Words are strong and powerful, and when we want to talk with clarity and clear mind and express the truth of how we feel without having a whole bunch of apps running in the background. You see something, you say something, you think something, and you do something else. So, talking about the balance of the mind, body, and the spirit also goes along with this, with these teachings. Let's wake up, instead of living this repeated patterns of monotonous, living in no spirit and just letting anything and everything bother you. Be strong and just know who you are. You don't need anyone else to tell us that our shirt's looking beautiful. We should know the weakness needs to be touched and risen. And how lazy can we be that we even wave at God and ask Him to do something? He's teaching us how to be strong and be a good human being, and then we can join hands with Him and then walk and have a beautiful relationship from within, and then share it and spread it and transfer it. It's simple, isn't it? So I pray that even the evil out there thinking they have a role to play, whatever, and they're having so much fun giving all this suffering and trouble to God's children, and their suffering is mocked at and taken for granted. And I hope God is watching, and may they even be touched and be transformed, because God can do anything. I believe that He can do anything with just a thought in His mind. His mind that occupies every other mind that is existent in this earth, because He's big and He's mighty and He's powerful and He's invincible in battle. So how else is the new age gonna come? We're still gonna have challenges and problems, and we need to be able to face it with integrity and overcome the human nature and experience the divine within and with each other. It's not the way. It's just there's no other way to solve this puzzle. There cannot be this whole drama of being hypocrite and hypocrisy and deceit, and you're doing things in the background and then telling yourself it's not happening. Oh Lord, my heart's going out to everyone that are struggling with so many personalities and so many mindsets, and just having collected all these energies from so many relationships. Make it clear to them who you are. Please, my Lord, rise up. End the war and the punishments. May men and women know themselves from within, of what they are, and not have confused energies that creates conflicts. May they come together in harmony, peace, and create beautiful children in your holy name, and live together beautifully. Love each other and experience your awesomeness in their life and living and loving and giving. I hope my little humble attempt from my little cave here is reaching out to all the hearts out there that love God, believe in love, and holding on to their faith and prayer that their lives will become a little easier, minds will change, and chains will be broken, addictions will be healed, fights will be resolved, misunderstandings be reconciled, bodies be healed. May they feel that their prayers are being answered, their wait is over. May they not lose it, my Lord. It seems like we've been waiting forever and forever and forever. Please come, Lord. Come into our homes, come into our hearts and minds. Help us to feel free and be real. Accept the truth. Go through with it. May our fears not push us around and run away, attempting to do this and do that. Let us surrender to your will. Let us know that we're walking in the path that you have paved for us, so we may have a wonderful experience together and create beautiful memories in our minds, and then we keep thinking about that and relive the happiness that you give us. May we make every moment precious. Right now, this moment, that's all we have control of. And may we make the right choice, knowing that we are on the right track. Simplify our lives. Bless us with the prosperity that you promised us. May the poverty minds be changed. May the heart seeking love receive love and be filled. Thank you, Lord. Amen. Good evening. 12/28 2024. We are here again. Countdown to the new beginning. Counting down and rising up. We talked about feeling free and being real yesterday. So we'll just continue with what we promised about self-created blocks to abundance. This whole process of giving this energy a voice, it's flawless. It's a very loving energy. It's wonderful to listen to it, but it's coming from a person who is also practicing, living and experiencing it. So my hope and prayer is that my children don't have to go through what we have gone through to bring this into existence in this day and age of life and living, that we will be able to bless and share and love and bring harmony, peace in the families of God, rise them up to a level different, transition into a living that is beautiful, eliminating all the obstacles and blocks that are hindering them to experience the complete package of being loved and love one another. This is a new kind of enlightenment. All the other things will just fall away. This is a new level, it's a new beginning. This kind of level is on a different plane, on a different portal. So the opposite forces will not be even able to touch it or hinder it, because they don't know this is happening, and even if it's happening, it won't be able to recognize it or see it. This may seem very confusing or high level spirituality. Rituals are okay, you can do it, you can feel good about it, but if you're gonna come back home and there's no transformation within the self. I chose a time in the evening. It's very noisy around. Please pardon me. My hope and prayer is that we are heading towards a place of perfect peace and love. Hopefully. All the irritations and frustrations that arises with these kind of energies, it's happening. While it's happening, I'm talking about it. That's how spontaneous this beautiful energy is. There is no pre-planned thoughts or scheming or anything like that. All those vasanas are completely eliminated. So there's no chance that anyone would get angry or offended. So much love, you just get sunk into this feeling. I chose evening because I'm really tired, and it's a burden, you carry it, but until you process it and let it out in a certain way, you don't feel good about it. Also, we're on the roll here every day, having this wonderful conversations that bring empowerment and encouragement to the hearts and the minds that it is possible. We are very blessed and chosen family, living in 3 different corners and doing this work in our own way. It's an unscripted life we're living, and we take it one day at a time and take off, move on, and this is not new to us. Every time we would try to come together like this, in this beautiful way, there will be some kind of a disturbance that tests you at the highest level within your mind, where you are. So I think this is also a test for me, and how it's affecting my moods and my dedication to this beautiful ministry. Self work is happens all the time, whether we are aware of it or not. But when you start to get more and more aware, and you kind of open your eyes and wake up and trying to cope and survive and live, you start to see all the limitations that we put ourselves into. We create so many obstacles, we create so many thoughts and believe in all the rules, and we bind ourselves. We can't do this, we can't do that. Like even this thing, people listen to it, hear it, but they're not able to listen to it actually it is so disturbing to them that it's like they think they have to go back to their worldly life, which is very demanding. It's a very frustrating place to live in the mind and in the heart. So this is an attempt here to we ourselves don't know where this is going, how far we've come. It's been such an intense journey, back to back, no space, as we're growing and the body trying to catch up. But again, like I said, so many impossible things have happened, and we are totally in a different place. And I don't even think we can even take credit that I did it or you did it. There is a spirit within that is just moving you in places according to the choices you make and according to the shape of the heart that you carry. Look at the noises. I just sat here for not even 5 minutes, and it's just bombarding me. So I have a choice to make. I can just continue, ignore it. I can respect this energy. We've already started, so let's continue, move on without interrupting, without reacting. See, it's a very difficult kind of work, but if we do it, if we cross this, we're transitioning. So there's a lot of transference of energies, and there is confused feelings and understandings as you transition, and there is this backlog of all the past and what life you've lived, and then you think of those things and then you recreate those memories, feeling bad. It's mind work, right? But I think again, it's a visualization of what it would be to be in love all the time, and even if something goes wrong, you diffuse it with this energy and you just make it all right. You pave the path, you clear it out, and you keep on going. You reset and then you move on. We've done it so many times living together. It was like a template that has been installed in our lives. I can't think of anything else, because it was, for me, it was a very intense journey, and you lose hope most of the time. You just want to quit, and even if that energy is strong enough, I'm telling you, in my experience, you want to run away. You have these weaknesses that you think is real, and that energy is just wrapped all around you, and you're not thinking of anything else. Especially like when you're in pain in your body, that pain demands so much attention. Even experiences like that, for me, I have been raised to the level of just keeping it in the background and going to higher states in the mind of praying and whatnot, to eliminate this thing that is living right next to you or inside of you. So that's what the transition is, right? You're transitioning from one place to another. The energies are changing. There is difference in your attitude. There is a big difference or a change, I would say, in your mindset. Like I said, it's not been revealed yet what it has become, what we're becoming in His loving us and in His forgiving us. I have an idea, because like an artist, you want to analyze it and you understand it the best way you can, and you keep track of what God has done for you in your life through all those times, and it was not at all you. And then slowly the I part just keeps falling away, and you become one with this other spirit that's been moving you around and doing it. And it's awesome, because trust me when I say I have this is a complete makeover here. What I used to do or feel or run around, and this energy is just like a tornado all the time, like a dynamite in the small little body. And that's because there is accumulated energy, and the consciousness is very confused because it's doing this last minute round up and wash up and clean up in order to transition into the new beginning, is what we've been taught, and we're living it, we are experiencing it. It's real, very, very real. But what we, in a very simple way, what we can do now as we live this, as this virus in the background is being eliminated, by this new virus, as you collect that energy within and you practice it in your life. It's not enough you just listen to something. That's what I was talking about, the rituals and all that. If there is no spirit in it, you get used to it, because that's what the mind is all about. We've talked about this before, where when you like something so much and you keep doing it, it becomes a pattern, and then you do it mindlessly. So then there is that very lethargic energy. It just sticks with you. It just keep doing. There's no mind, there's no spirit. You're not doing you as the you, like the active part of you that actually chooses to do the work, get up, do this, do that. It becomes a very a very lazy part. You can't move it. It's a very thick energy that's very hard to push through, but it's possible. It's possible. Every day you just do little by little by little by little, and sooner or later you'll be contaminated with this other energy that becomes a habit. It becomes a habit, and then it becomes your nature, and it comes effortlessly. Somebody's irritating you, you're getting offended all the time, you're having the same fights over and over and over again. Just go back into your space and you think about it. What can I do to change it? First think about, why should I change it? Because it's disturbing, right? It creates an energy that makes you sick to your stomach, and you can't see that person again, leave alone love or forgive or do all these other good things. You can't. It's very difficult. Just the thought of that person can get you angry. But how long are we going to keep doing this? There has to be an end to this, right? This pattern, we have to break it. So what do? You start creating a space in your mind that has nothing in it. You create a part of yourself that can do something different from what that other part is so used to doing all the time. You take a breath, you think about it, you reflect on it, and you make up your mind. You tell yourself, okay, next time this happens, I'm going to react differently, or I'm not even going to react. See what happens. And you be in this space, in this character where you create a character, you create a part of yourself that is actually going to diffuse that. You change, and when you change, next time you are in that person is in your presence, it will either change or it will leave. Something different will happen. So you just break the pattern. You see, we've done this with so many times. It happened in our family, and we would just come back together because the love in our heart is true. But this was created. We didn't do it. We didn't. This was a very supernatural way of living. We lived in a very, very hard times, and we'll share the stories later. It's very interesting. But right now we're talking about those blocks we're creating. Excuses. No, that person did it, this person did it. No, go inside within yourself. Delete all the persons that are there in your files. Delete all of them. Push them away. You try doing this. Very, very difficult. It may sound very easy as I'm talking about it because I've already done it. That's what I'm hoping and praying, that people get the spirit. They transfer, they see that somebody has done it, and they get inspired and they do it on their own. It's magical. You feel hurt, right? You feel hurt so much. Somebody's not loving you, somebody's not, it's the wrong thing, they're not doing. Okay, let's turn it towards ourselves. What can we do? And what can we do to help? instead of being selfish and all the time thinking about what other people did to you see. So when you do this reverse kind of a, this is new. Now, till now we've been doing just what's been happening all the time. It's just old and stale and uh, come on, it's how long are we going to be in this stinking state of mind that only creates war all the time, lie and deceit? Well, let's try. I mean, give it a try. It's not harmful. Sitting on a seat of love and letting go, making other people feel good, even if they are evil, even if they are like really really bad. This works like magic. If you have this soft voice and an energy of absolute freedom, you're free and you're real. Nothing touches you. The fear is not there. You don't have to do all this hard work of avoiding that person, going here, going. Look at all the work you're doing in your mind. You're creating so much blocks to not love. You'll eliminate it. How we practice it in the daily life, whatever you're doing, right? You do things. You uh, take care of your body. You eat. You do this. You do that. Let's take the example of eating for just to break it down again into a practical way of practicing this in your life. This is effort to bring the awareness and consciousness in the body, that in turn attacks the mind, or in a good way, it what to say, influences the mind to think differently. Then when the thoughts are being formed in the mind differently, in a different pattern, in a different pathways, the energies created are different. That way it generates a sense of healing in the body. Understand? And a change in living and lifestyle, which includes everything from thinking to talking to living to dressing up. Everything, you have to be real. So let's take the example of eating. Look into your habits. Just every day just sit with yourself. It's important. It's a real meditation. It's a real meditation. Your home, your very home that you're going to come back to and sleep and be with other people, need to be a place like a temple, a place of meditation. Do it quietly. Don't have to be loud about it. Don't have to be shy or show off. You just do this work internally, which is what is happening anyway with everybody. I'm just saying, choose a different pathway to avoid conflict, wars. Everybody nowadays is just not with anybody. They're so disconnected. You're so lonely and you're just in your own place of solitude. But if that's what's going to happen anyway, why not choose this place of solitude where you are at peace all the time? When you generate this vibes of good feelings when people are around you. I'm not talking about a relationship that's full of deceit and faking and infatuated. I'm talking about a real experience of love and friendship and connection without being scared. Get it? So changing your habits. If it's not good for you, you think about it, you look into it. It's a lot of work, depending on where you're at, depending on how deeply you are infected with this infection. Some people are completely a pure form of infection. I don't know what's going to happen to them. Can't think of them. Like I said, some things are just being eliminated if it's not going to change. But if you're a person who has good and you're infected with all these other things, there is work to do. You have to come on this side all the way. So, like for example, I have never wanted to eat brinjal for eggplant for some reason, and it was not even real, and it completely changed. I can eat all vegetables now. We're practically vegetarians our whole life. This is what our bodies have come to very holy living. There's no need for that energy to be here to mock or find faults. It's very healing, even in a place where it's fully rotten, and it's like feels like a bit of hell sometimes. This thing is rising up to be absolutely pure and beautiful. No blocks at all. Feel so free. So many things like that. You watch yourself change, um, and you feel abundant. Even we're like right now, we're in a very practically we're in a very uh, weird state of financially, every mentally, physically, spiritually. So anyone who would look at it from just a surface level would judge it and say, we're at a wherever they're at, that we're suffering or we don't have a proper relationship but there are certain things happening that only we know, that only our hearts know between each other what's happening. How you feel about that person when you're with yourself. There's only love. Literally, there's only love, and you actually even start to see we're all one. We're all just the same people inside. We're all made from the same spirit. So, what are we talking about? War, this, that, fights. We all have to be comfortable with each other in our own presence and get along. Create some space if you need to work on yourself, come back together. We're experiencing it at a very, very high level. So, but I see so many people, and I observe sometimes when I eat, there are people around. I don't want this, I don't want that, or some weird excuse. Why not have it? And then you miss the experience because you have all these blocks. No, I can't do this. No, I can't say this. No, I don't want to go there. I don't like I think it's all like unreal. It's all made up. So much made up stuff we carry with ourselves that then what happens is we're carrying that energy, and even if something beautiful and truthful is there right in front of us, we cannot see it. So we're stuck in this I am poor, I don't have, I'm sick, I'm suffering, I mean, it goes on and on, right? It's nested, it's complex, then it gets very, very complex to dismantle it. Abundance is nothing but finding joy in every little thing you do, say, or go. Whatever you do, even if it's a ritual. We love Christmas. My boy grew up having all these Christmas experiences, supernatural, like that. The spirit, it would just generate all around him. He would just manifest it somehow. That grace of God, so beautiful. You see abundance in everything. Even if you're poor or rich, you have to have that balanced state of mind. Too much is also not comfortable. It's like wearing a chappal, you wear shoes, it has to fit you right. Why we have this living and all this rules and how we have to live this, that? It's to change yourself, it's to find yourself, it's to be one with your own self. That's what self-realization is. And there is so much transformation that happens when you realize that when you come out of the spell, you're awake, you're aware. Different things happen to you. You feel you're living in abundance all the time. Just being in this space, just living and experiencing that. Food with food, when you share, when you eat with somebody, there's nothing going on in the mind. There is no that poverty stricken mindset or jealousy or this or that, and it just ruins the entire dinner party. You feel abundant. I've been doing that for so long, and everything I make would come out so beautifully. People would eat and they'll be so happy. That's the experience of abundance in real time. Not it's not a deceitful event. And God bless the families that are already doing it They know what I'm talking about. God bless them. So living in abundance comes from letting go of the self all the time, being absorbed in the self. You have no idea how much you hurt somebody else. Sometimes we have to come out of that shell. We have to break free from that. Then all these blocks will be removed, and you will experience abundance. It's self-created. We think somebody else did it. We think like that. But why believe in everything you're thinking? That's the deception. In the mind, there are thoughts that come from different kinds of spirit. You have to understand your own spirit, your own self. Don't wait for others to tell you who you are, what you're doing. You have to be very comfortable in your own skin with confidence. Be in that space, hold that space, walk around, continue doing the work. Of course, we're going to make mistakes. That's the journey here, to reach that perfection as we keep doing this work. So work on it. Think about it. Let's overcome this self-created anything that is not good for us. Let's be good to ourselves. Just keep collecting thoughts and memories that are good, feel good. And then if any thought comes that is disturbing, just let it go. Don't act on it. They are very demanding. You don't have to be a slave. That's what breaking the chain means. You have to change your mind about certain things. The kids are like, sometimes they say, I don't want this, I don't want to eat this. I said, try it first. And then, because that's work, right? It's easy to just rebel. It comes naturally. But what if we tame that rebellion a little bit, slowly, from childhood, and say, try it out, and then see how you feel about it. So many people have changed their minds about so many habits they have that they're just doing it for no reason. You look into it, it's like, I don't know why I don't like to eat this. They don't even know why they're doing it. So you put some light into it, right? And you think about it. What am I blocking myself from experiencing by having that thought that I can't do it, I don't want to do it, it looks weird, this, that, all this, immature, very immature and unreal, basically. If you want to get it to the truth, you accept the truth completely, right? You want a whole plate full of good food to eat. Of course, you can have choices. There are really some people cannot eat this or cannot eat that, but it has to be realistic. It has to be because you have understood your body and yourself, and you make a choice. So that's different. Same with forgiveness. People say sorry, but then they keep doing the same thing over and over again. Then you devalue that virtue. No, if you really feel sorry, you will change that part of yourself. Work on it. Do not repeat it again. Not hurt somebody again. Then you will find abundant grace fall on you. Wherever you go, you will find people that connect with that kind of attitude and energy. Let's bring that goodness into the world. We all have to do that work. Each one does the work. Then it kind of starts the connection. And we have to keep accumulating this energy and rising it up. So let's continue the work with the same enthusiasm we started. Don't give up. It's happening. He's coming for everyone, whether you change or not. And we will look forward for the very, very, very exciting new beginning, new year 2025. Just a couple of days, and let you go with all the blessings and love, and cheers to have a wonderful evening and a blessed night. full of rest. Relax, rest, and restore yourself. Simplify your life. Delete all the distractions. Know the truth within and be bold and strong to be that truth. Help us, dear Lord, to be in your holy presence. May I, in this body, mind, spirit, and soul, do my very best to share this word of love in your holy presence. As you move through me in forms and voice, word that anyone wants to hear, be blessed by it. Help us, Lord, strengthen us to be in the very best parts of ourselves, to live, love, share, and value life as you have given unto us. This beautiful evening, good evening, everyone. We continue in this path, counting down to a very happy new year 2025. I've been sitting with this topic, let it go, from yesterday, and as I also am in the process of letting it go, just wanting to share the beautiful thoughts that are coming in my mind. It's been a ferocious war just these past couple of hours. It's a choice to make for the human being to listen to what the mind is saying at that moment in time. Today is a Sunday, and I've been waiting for a peaceful time here to be able to do this. It's a very difficult process to make up your mind as a human being to do this work, because you can sense from the noise all around. And I try not to mention or not to give it any energy at all, because this very moment is so beautiful and what I'm experiencing is absolutely fantastic. And yet this human being shares a little bit about what it's going through also, because this is not like you're slain in the spirit, you're rising in the spirit as your human consciousness is very much awake and alive. So it won't be intimidating or like I'm doing something or I'm performing. No, this is a new kind of an experience that I hope and pray would be helpful for people and would also be a gift for everyone around, because the emotion you feel is only love, it's nothing else. It's an unconditional love that moves through you, and the human being is completely changed in that presence. So the letting go, I am doing it myself. So you see, this is made, it is being created in such a way that it is inspiring for others and for everyone who comes across this. Right now it's happening to me and I'm sharing it. But again, this is not anymore a hobby or an occupation or even a lifestyle. This has become my truth. This is who I am when I'm alone with myself, and this is who I am in front of someone else or the world that I'm living in. So it is a work in process, work in progress, in the process of becoming this thing that we're doing. It's new, it's bold, it's beautiful, it's a rare gift. It's very alive and living, if you know what I mean. So, a lot of crazy things happen. A lot of weird experiences happen at the same time as the body, mind, and spirit integrates itself into the being that it really is. We've been talking about feeling free and being real. Then we talked about removing all the self created blocks to abundance in daily life, relationships, and now we are being led into the process of letting it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. It's time to let go of the past. It's time to let go of the past. It's time to fly high in the sky. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. This song came quite a while back when I was still living with my family, that we were scrubbing and rubbing against each other, becoming what we're becoming right now. And now we have ended up in different places and spaces, continuing the work. There is more to the song, we will get into it. Right now, we will do the work of letting go of the past. What this past is actually a cumulative memories in the soul for lifetimes. That's why it is very confusing and very overwhelming sometimes what one goes through just in this lifetime. The complicated relationships, the family you're born into, with all this complex, I can understand it. It is too much, whether it's pain in the body or all this a very disturbed mind in a very sensitive heart. You know what I mean? If there is anyone that is going through, like I said, this is a transition now. If you're already born into a good family, you're experiencing love and everything is going fine, God bless you. We're doing this for people like us. So anyone who is in this state will relate to what I'm talking about. And those who are not related or you're way ahead, then you can join me in helping everybody else who's looking for relief and some kind of love and relief from this pain. There's a reason why this is happening when I'm alone here, because it's a challenge for me too, as I pray for my own family. And connecting with the good parts of us and letting go of all the memories of pain and discomfort. A lot of multitasking happens depending on how big your mind is. I used to have a very immature and impatient mindset. I've come a long way in taming it, because the voice would say a word that I would just obey because it made sense. Be patient, his mind is vast. If there is anything to work within you, keep working on that. Little things like that. Because this thing is very big, it's a very massive energy that is blessing this family, chosen family, I would say. God bless my family. I love them very much, and the them includes cats, parrot, a lot of living things in creation that has played a role. God bless them, and many more ready and waiting to play a role in this big elaborate arrangement, as John would call it. I am just playing a tiny little role here. It literally feels like a drop from the ocean. It's like an essence. So you only need a drop to know the essence. We don't need to climb into the ocean and swim in it or drown in it to know it. Just a drop is enough to experience the salt in the ocean, and you're one with it. But the human being's nature and the place from where it came, because it is a separated energy, it always remains in that state, to be able to experience from the place of humility, and the identity is intact in order to continue to create stories of the experience of what it is for this drop to merge in the ocean and be in it. We don't jump up and down and get all this ego that, oh, you've merged with the ocean, now you behave like the ocean. No, right? You remember that you were just a drop when you merged with the ocean. Does that make sense? If you can visualize it like that. But just even being a drop in this body and mind, you can experience the fullness of the glory of that goodness within you, which is nothing but God in that form, love, all these wonderful things that's inside of you. It's so vast and it's so big. But there is an energy that is radiating from the being that is so beautiful that slowly all the wars just collapse. All the accumulated energies you have built on top of each other to hate and hurt and be ready to react if it happens again, all that just collapses. I'm telling you, I'm living in a place full of diversity. This is a kind of like a spiritual place, and every kind of people come here. It is an epitome of insanity in the real sense. If you want to be real, you know, and tell the truth. So there is a whole bunch of crazy relationships going on that are interluding and interlapping and whatever you call it, overlapping, entwined, completely chaotic. Everyone is going through something or the other, and every day there is some kind of a fight or the other, and every day there's also lots of good things happening, spiritual programs, inspiring activities, you name it, all year long, all day long. So you can say this is like a drop of the ocean of the world. It's just here in a very concentrated version. So that's why for me it's very humbling, and it's an honor to be able to obey the voice and do this work. Right now my work is giving it a voice and expressing how I feel experiencing this presence, and how I am able to cope with everything around and do the work and show you how it's done. I can hear the noises around you. I can't wait for all the distractions to fall away. It's never gonna happen. It's time. Sometimes it's you have to do what you have to do, however it's flowing, wherever you're at, you have to keep going. Nobody's failures are responsible for your own success, and vice versa. It is peaking, though. I can feel it just in these past couple of days after Christmas. It started on the 24th, and it's escalating, so it's natural for the opposite forces also to do its best to do what it always did, to crash somebody's love, to destroy somebody's family. But switching back to our path here really quick, even though I agree and I understand how horrible it feels to be experiencing a tragedy or a sadness, those kind of emotions, I understand. Like I said, I'm going through it myself, no matter how big that feels. On this side, this experience of love and this awesome word that is so soothing to the soul and so comforting in its bigness. It is so big, and all these other things, it looks like you're looking at it from a very high place, from high above. Really, it's a totally different loka. It's a totally different realm altogether. As we do this work and rise up, keep doing the work, rising up, choosing the good, we're living it. It's happening to us. It's happening organically, and it's happening naturally. That's what this beauty is all about. There is no rule, there is no rush, there is no push. So obviously there is no fear at all. You're so comfortable in this space, in the presence, and you're freely being who you are. because this thing that is loving you is letting you be that. Even if you make a mistake, the reaction is so loving compared to this other side where we went through a lot of abuse or whatever, an opposite experience to whoever you were when you were born. So that's why this is a very big transformation process. It is possible. Well, let's say goodbye to the Kali Yuga version of it, even though this sounds very unrealistic. I personally am a very real person, I don't like deception, I don't like lying. I have pushed through a lot of wars and challenges in my personal life to stick to my truth, be righteous. So it's possible. Even if one person has done it, I think it's worth it. And like I said, I'm sitting here radiating this energy and this love and this word, and I hope through this tiny little microphone and through the computer and as it's recording, that it's just magnifying and exploding an amplified version of love into all the families of God out there and into all the minds and hearts, waiting for something that they don't know what it is, and wanting to be touched in such a way that they can experience life a little more happily and with a little more joy. Let it radiate, push back all the other energies that are coming towards to be touched. They're also waiting to be touched, because you never know, and evil can turn into good in no second. Just takes a moment for the minds to change, the hearts to feel, the bodies to heal. It only takes a moment. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go and touch every children of God, every child of God out there. Let it contaminate them with this goodness and virtues and character. That let it be seen as so much bigger than all their sorrows and pain and puny little wars and offendedness. Let them heal from all that. Let them be free of guilt and shame. Let them feel free to experience the emotions of love, kindness, thankfulness, giving, sharing. Let their gifts rise up. The old and stale and stagnated mindsets, let them be free to realize that something or someone is holding them already to experience this new way of life, new kind of love, new kind of feeling, and new kind of healing and living, adjusting, compromising, getting along, enjoying the beautiful life that is be given without misusing the gifts, understanding its value and respecting it, and humbling oneself, surrendering to its presence within. Many are stuck in that mindset, of rebellion. It doesn't work here because this kind of love is unconditional. It doesn't have a purpose, no other purpose or intention other than just to love. So it's a very giving spirit. So the rebellion is very, very small compared to this big love. Doesn't work. Once you experience this and once you have changed the habits, your reacting habits and offendedness and my and me, I, you become so big in the process of changing and accepting this. Every time something came and attacked you, disturbed you, your comfort zone, it's not happening anymore. So again, I hope and pray this is an inspiration, whether it's going to be heard now or, but like I said, the thoughts travel faster than anything. So whoever I'm thinking of now, I hope that God will use His mighty power and touch every soul out there to experience this beautiful gift, which is the same in everyone. We're the same. We're the same, so how can there be any problem, right? And if we are not the same, then we'll let it go anyway. Either way, we'll let it go. Letting go of past memories and experiences. That's why when you live in the day, we have to watch our thoughts or to watch what we're doing instead of accumulating it throughout the day. I was having my lunch, which again I didn't plan to go, but it happened. So see, there is something moving you. It's not even us. When we get to a level of a very hyper awareness, the self literally falls away. Although it's there, it's witnessing, and it's just doing what it needs to do. There's no big exploding personalities that are intimidating and joining everything around it. So it's secretively very detached and very disconnected, because you're so focused on being connected from within and what you're going to do. So walking on the road and on the street, and some kid just dropped a stick and spontaneously just picked it up and I gave it. It was a very sweet gesture, and the father was telling the kid to thank me and this and that, and I didn't care, but like I said, it's a very hyper awareness. Every little thing you do is amplified in your mind, and you're watching and you're correcting, and you want God to be happy with you, You want yourself to be happy with how you spent the day. Like I said, this place is full of people all the time, and before you know, something can go wrong. But anyway, this was a very sweet gesture and after a couple of steps they walked, the little boy slowly turned around and looked at me with his squint eyes, and it was kind of cute, as thanking me. So in every small way we can be a blessing, radiating that energy of kindness and love, and in that presence of complete soft power. Even when you're projecting an action of not doing the right thing, that other energy doesn't react to it with offendedness like everybody else does. So you literally bow down to it and you change. It throws back right back at you. it's a reverse effect. Just think about it. Today, if you reacted in a certain way to somebody who's mocking you, touching you wrong, choose to react a different way. Until you reach a point where you're not even reacting, you're just smiling and radiating love. That energy has no place. It has no power whatsoever to touch you in any way that makes you feel ashamed of yourself. Let me tell you, for me, it was so inbuilt in my DNA. I don't know, probably it's a generational accumulation of that kind of energy. It would just erupt uncontrollably sometimes. So my life, I just try to keep doing what I need to do to keep myself safe and secure and independent. I kept running into doing that. It's a long story how it was a big turning point, U-turn, and I started this process. Until one day it just stopped happening because I kept looking at it and kept praying. I don't want to do this. I don't want to react with anger. I don't want to get offended. I don't want to, because it feels horrible from within. It feels horrible when that much anger moves through you and then it reacts in such a way that you're hurting somebody you really love. You know? God bless all the angry people out there that thinks that it's power and glory to control everybody with their strong presence of intimidating and hurtful and hateful energy. It's weakness. I dare you, I challenge you, rise up in the strength of your character and virtue, control the emotions, master your mind, and react with love. React with the maturity, react with the presence that may say a word or two like this that is so strong that anger folds its hand and bows down and says, I'm sorry. And that person goes back and thinks about it. It's mutual. So sitting and eating and something happened. I'm not sure what. I was not present for the whole drama. But this lady, whatever happened with her, I think you have to give a coupon or something, and she didn't, or something happened, and the lady who was in charge reacted, said some words, I don't know. But this lady, the entire time she was eating, she was just trying to convince why she was right, and she couldn't even eat the food properly. So see, that energy just lingers there and just trying to radiate. So I was eating, I was also watching it, but I ate with love and I ate with presence, and I watched it just like a spectator. I never gave it in. I was intentionally, if you can visualize it, I was intentionally and powerfully pushing that other energy of offendedness and anger that had already filled that space. You can't see it, but there are molecules and there are particles all the time in the space as energy, right? It's science, magnetic fields. What happens when even the sound, it's very powerful, just like when you can hear a good music, good sounds. Think about it. You always have a choice to do something different from the natural. That is how the transition can happen from this place full of vices and vasanas to create your own world of peace and love. And when you create your own world like that, you're radiating, your life will change and everything around you will change. Everyone around you will behave differently. Dare yourself. to choose the path of love truthfully. You can't fake it. Can't just say, say something and but then behind it you don't feel the intention. You have to mean it. Otherwise, it won't work because it's an energy to energy combat. That's why it's important to start the work now within yourself, letting it go. We don't know. It might not be just this lifetime's karma that we're facing. You never know why. You're so good in this lifetime and you're being so nice, but still everybody is misunderstanding everybody. You think about it. If you didn't do anything wrong, you know in the truth of your own self, you're not lying, you're not cheating, you don't have deception in you, then stick to your truth and just bear the suffering, bear that with humility, and go through it, process it, and then just let it go. Don't feel ashamed of what you really are. If somebody is hitting you, being abusive to you, your body gets hurt. Of course, you have to cry. The body goes through whatever it goes through when things are done to it. But let it go. Just say it to yourself, let it go. It's powerful. Even what happened yesterday, I did it. I did just a while ago, not a couple of weeks ago. I have diffused the energy of hate and anger, which actually bombarded me for no reason, no fault of mine. But it was an attack between the building maids here. So now I don't have a maid. I don't know what's going to happen, but with my handicap. But I've let it go because nobody was telling the truth. Everybody is having their own wars there. Somewhere they're selfish to get money, whatever. I don't even have money in the first place. So I had already thought about stopping the maid from coming. I know I raised her. I didn't have any offensive energies. Sticking to my professional way of handling. So they tried to knock on my door and come in and barge in, and I just pushed it away. Because sometimes it's too much. It does make you react, and it does, when somebody's poking at you that much, you do react a little bit. But we do have to learn to let it go and reset. What we call reset. We did it all the time in our family. Back to back to back. We'll get blessed, and then there'll be some war, and then we'll get blessed, and there'll be some war. It was intense. It's so crazy, we feel disoriented all the time. We don't even know what's happening. It's been so long. But like I said, we're in different places now, looking into ourselves and trying to figure out who we are. And I am absolutely certain that when we do come back together, it's going to be that much more beautiful because we've become different and we've changed. We will receive the gift of love and grace. Okay, we might be a saved soul, but we do want our lives to be saved too. We're so sick and tired of living this poverty, and every time, it's not clear. Somebody's offering, somebody's not offering, taking, giving. It's just so confusing, and it's not clear yet. So it's very stressful to live like this. Even as a woman, I've been very independent financially, and I've never asked anyone, even my own family. I told you, due to circumstances, I had to create a part of myself that's successful in the world, and I was in the IT field, in that level. So it's very difficult to be in this space of being perfected. But in my opinion, my family they are all great warriors. Like I said, we have amazing stories. Each of my pets, they went through abuse, they survived, they came out, we shared love with each other, and then they left their bodies so peacefully. It is such an honor to think of those memories. So we keep thinking of good memories that happened to you and be grateful and thankful for that. And all these other memories, it will just fall away. Just let it go. It's possible. You think it within yourself. Each one is different. So what does she mean by saying let it go? How can I practice it in my daily life? Think, it will come. Everybody is gifted with wisdom. These are the real treasures. Money is not even, it doesn't even matter if you are doing this work to stay in your character integrity and choosing all these good virtues inside of you. It doesn't even matter whether you're a millionaire or you don't have any money. So that's what this whole lesson is all about for us. Not having enough money, but we have survived with no income, nothing. We're not dead. We don't have any debts. We don't owe anybody anything. We have this opportunity to live every day like, it's a new day, beautiful day, and all this space to practice all these lovely virtues of love, giving, sharing, understanding. And when the money comes, we'll remain the same and show it to others how it's done. Because when you have a clear mind and a beautiful mind and a lifestyle that is reasonably devoid of all the the crazy greediness and all these other demons, then you live in abundance, like we talked about it yesterday. So when we live in abundance, God's so happy. So His grace is abundant. It keeps flowing, and it's just a continuing. One thing leads to the other, one act leads to the other, and it's an accumulative process from that time. It is indeed, happily after life. So I hope that this little humble effort that I'm putting in to value this gift that was given to us, as I understand it from my own intelligence and brain and whatever has changed in me, that I may be able to give it back as a gift to anyone who's able to hear it and feel it and experience it. And it may not be as difficult as it was when we are going through it. Somebody has to do it first, right? So now we have paved the way. Now we just need people to just make a choice and just walk in the path, and it gets more and more stronger and it gets more and more clear. It's time to find this love in your heart. It's time to love everyone. Let it grow. Let it grow. Let it grow. When we let go of the past and we feel a little cleared up in the space, then we find this love in our heart. And we keep choosing that place because it's so beautiful to be with, isn't it? Everyone feels good to be loved, even the bad people. Even the demons out there, they feel good when you love them. Because God can use anyone to bless you, anytime. The moment that you seek Him, you just have to be ready to receive wherever He is, whatever He is doing through anyone. We've had the experience, I'll tell you. We were in the US, we were living in the mountains near Seattle, Skycomish. And this person, supposedly a God lover, and living in the house was in his name, but he did some cheating, so he lost his house, so then he just barged into our house. It's a pure form of nefarious energies, just absolutely no humanity there. And he wanted us to leave the house. He was barging in, we had cats, so scared to tear out the floors and doing it. We were not fighting, you can't even tell that we were fighting, but the It's a very non-verbal energy, energy to energy combat, like I said. Very kindly being evil, if I may say that. That's hilarious. Never said that before. Can never tell that that person is doing this to you, sometimes. So you have to accept the truth. So we heard the Lord's voice. Don't fight. Fight without fighting. We let it go. We let go of that whole house. We took whatever we need. We took a trailer and we left with a boy and a cat, and we took a hotel nearby. And we lived with homeless for another year and a half or two. That's another story for another day. But what I'm trying to say is, as the opposite forces were planning all this to do, we were also rising and rising and rising, and being ready to face it. And because the day we didn't have wood pellets, a very cold place, so we need to make the fire every day to keep the house warm for the children and the pets. And we didn't have wood pellets, and of course we were coffee drinkers, so we didn't have coffee either. So we were just sitting around looking at each other, very sad, and didn't know what to do. And right before the time of us drinking coffee, there was a knock on the door, and this guy comes, the same guy who kicked us out. The guy comes, and this is a true story. He had coffee in one hand and he had wood pellets in the other hand. And we're looking at each other like, wow. You see, we've experienced this. God can work through anyone at any time, provide you with what you need for that moment. So then, we didn't have any hate. We didn't care. Like I said, we even loved that being who was so full of, everything that was opposite to what we were doing. It's true. We surely can love our enemies, like Jesus said. It's time to find His light in your heart. It's time to let it shine in the world. Let it glow. Let it glow. Let it glow. Let it grow. Let it go. Let it glow. Let it go. Let it grow. Let it glow. Let it go. We're gonna go another round, a second round today, 29th December 2024, 7:40. I've had my dinner and a coffee. I hope all of you also have blessed your bodies wonderfully after the Christmas celebrations. Enjoying the snowfall, if it is snowing in your places. I know it is in my son's place, Wyoming, in the US. I was just sitting and thinking, what should I talk about tomorrow? And the words launch and land came. If we're launching it, let it land. So you think before it lands. It's a sermon on its own. It's beautiful. So I was just high, and I had just finished my previous talk of let it go. And I thought, why not join the noisy monsters outside and I'll make my own sounds here. Nothing to do with them. I have disconnected and come a long way. This is my path. It's a very strong energy that moves through you. It began with a very small, it's become an adult now. When it was a baby, it would be just one word or maybe one line. I have several books with little messages. I call it Experience the Essence, because when you go through a phase of an emotion that has overwhelmed you, you think about it and you try to push through it, and then you end up finding relief. And for us, it was this kind of a word or a talk that would come and soothe our souls and uplift our minds, and we'll be ready for the next day's war. I think back, it's really unimaginable what we went through. I'm sure everybody is going through something or the other, and it is just that important and significant for them in their own way. But as a family, it was a miracle every moment, every day, to just wake up and start doing our thing and bring out the best in each other as much as we can, and live on and move on. Sometimes creating spaces and, all the good stuff that this work inspires you to do. I would say this is a new kind of an enlightenment and a journey within the soul. The work within that was taught to me and introduced to me at that time, I was immature and didn't understand, but it was kind of forced upon me because it made sense, and I had one part of me that was sane enough to accept it. Through my rebellion and through my parts that were ready to be touched, improved, healed, you name it. Even if I have come this far and it sounds awesome and good, I think the work is very humbling in a way that as long as you live, you keep doing the work, every day I'm doing it. So it's very humbling, and it's not, we're all the same in the same page every day, and it's very inspiring instead of intimidating. Soft power. So I will recollect the good words that have been coming, feeling free to feel real. Overcoming self-created blocks to abundance, understanding what it is in your own way, allowing this spirit to rise. It's in everybody, and allowing you to come into yourself of the highest potential of what you are in every little way or in every big way, and letting it go, and then letting it go. The outdated mindsets, old, stale, can't stand it. We are trying to be empowered and inspired to rise up, be confident, to know who we really are and accept it. If it's not there, create it. create a part that's what I did. There was a time when I was so low in the body, mind, and the spirit, separated, having duties with my child, and completely overwhelmed with just don't know what to do. But this mind, it's awake, it's aware. Death's not anywhere near. I just rose up one day telling myself, I'm gonna go up, because I had so much respect for this work that was introduced to me. Or shall I say, infected my entire being, that didn't even know it needed healing. That I would go out and I would create a part of myself that would smile. I would carry out my interactions with human beings who are playing a role to add to my life and living. It started with a vegetable vendor on the street, and so on and so forth. It's come this far. It's grown. Lovely, creative way of doing the work from within. And use your gifts. If you have a gift, you use it. Time to, because if you do take out a sword all the time, you have to kill something. You have to, So what I'm talking about is these energies that rise up to defend ourselves or support our fears. Let's go to the source. If rebellion has so much power to be so creative, to lie, cheat, deceive, make up stuff, to find an excuse to why who doesn't want to do something, or to always choose hurt and hate and be in parts where it's such low, with low self-esteem, and choosing very disturbing personalities within and calling it really good, then imagine on this other side what love can do and how creative it can be. Like one time the song came, Sky is the beginning. You heard Sky is the limit, but I'm saying sky is the beginning. We cannot even imagine what is in store, because this is unscripted. We are creating a new age here. We are creating a new beginning here. With the glorious new consciousness, as we called it. It's awesome. We have no idea. It just feels good to be with this. That's why I came back to finish the talk, because I don't know if I can wait till tomorrow to share it. It even gets very addictive, but in a good way. It's not harmful. But the force and the energy is just equal and opposite to all the other nefarious energies out there. Understand? So I just go with the flow. Like I said, there's no room, there's no rule, there is no time. If it is coming out too strong, it's happening. That's what I'm saying. Every moment you live, every day you're spending your time with yourself. You're spending time with yourself all the time. Even if you're doing something else with somebody else, there is an engine running behind. You're alive. You feel the spirit within. You're moving, you're animating your actions out there in the world, doing this, doing that. We might as well do it with full josh, with full energy, So again, I hope and pray that my humble effort here to share what has happened, and let it be an inspiration to others and make God proud, and give this gift back to Him as an offering so He may continue to look down upon us and shower His abundant grace and mercy and touch our heads with His mighty hand and heal us from the core of our hearts and soul. Uplift us and see what we can become in His loving and giving and forgiving. Change us and transform us into tiny little beings of His very self. If reflection can be this beautiful, if I am the reflection, I can feel this beautiful and so glorious and so awesome, then imagine the source. How can the source be bad? Right? It is time for spirits to connect the right way, souls to reconnect in love, and minds to bind together in understanding, cooperation, and ideas, and manifest it on earth. To be with oneself in the purest form of goodness and be with each other in the same way. This is my, again, humble visualization of how one can be and how one can be with each other and make our lives worth living as a gift back to the Creator. It's not a failure. It's never been. This is just another big elaborate act of His kindness, and I feel confident. I feel confident every time I connect or reconnect with this part, even after I fall or I get lost in some challenging emotions. Because right now, as I speak, it's hard to explain the work I had to do to keep my sanity and find my center and my balance to radiate this beauty. Really, you don't want to look ugly. You don't want to look, because when we walk around with anger or offended, we look ugly. It's not beautiful. Violence is ugly. I feel like any more tears falling out of my eyes will be blood shed. It is so deep and so strong, and I'm sure there are many women out there who would understand where I come from. I'm sure there are many mothers out there who've lost their children, lost their families, and I'm sitting here with the family that God has given, but like I said, we're in a space where we're still not together and work is being done on us, and I can only wait in the space to see what happens, continuing my good work and keep up my effort to receive His grace. And I have been. You don't think of the future and you let go of the past. So this is all a spiritual penance in a way. So many things are happening at the same time, and I think it's really a masterpiece, a beautiful way of collecting souls to come together as a family and be an inspiration. family of God. So don't give up on love. Don't be mad at God. There is a lot of cleaning up going on. It's like an ocean has been stirred up, so there are things that takes its time to calm down. Let's wait with patience and certainty, because we are seeking His presence. We are seeking something higher and bigger that can get us out of this mess we brought ourselves into and take us home to our family, continue to experience love and in living and giving and sharing, and not be shy to be good, because just because the world is full of it and we want to feel connected or belong, and we fall for that deception. Stick to your truth. Even if we're gonna be just a few, it's okay. It's still worth it. So we launch these energies of love. Intention comes from these thoughts that are coming in our minds. Even sometimes, even when I walk on the road or I think God makes me be aware and hear these things, and then tests me to see what I'm going to do, how I'm thinking. Like even there are fights going on, I just say, God, please shower some gold dust on them and let them reconcile before it turns out into a big war and then affect everybody around. It is war, and there are real casualties. And hopefully we will let go of these outdated mindsets. They're so old and so atrociously boring and painful to keep facing it. Let it go. It is starting to look ugly and disgusting, actually. How long and how far? Truth is right in front of you, within you. Accept that divinity within you. Accept it. All divinity is finding good parts of ourselves, good thought, good virtues to show that, a tiny little nature of God through this human being that we can experience. I'm so fortunate. Accept that. Everything else will fall away. It's a myth. It's you twist and twist and twist and twist so much. I hope it twists back into its original position. Time's running out in some way, but again, we're not bound to the world's perception of time and how long it should take for one to realize the self. It happens organically, doesn't it? You wait in the space and let it just happen. I'm saying this not from any book or anything, it's my own experience, and so many times I have gone through a very intense journey of pain and suffering that led to the next phase of my journey, coming awake, healing, becoming aware, and so grateful. The life gets more and more beautiful because you understand your hand is in it, His hand is in it. He's been holding you, He's been guiding you. Sometimes I just enter into this sanctified silence, bowing my head, because words can only do so much justice to the experience, isn't it? Tears can only do so much justice to the burden of sorrow. Love is powerful, hate and hurts, and you go into like a sad state. But when this kind of love hits you so strong, it hurts way more, because when you start seeing that the person who hurt you or is hating you is so far away from love, and actually they're hurting themselves, you start to feel so much more pain. Not unlike Christ, what he must have felt, what he feels for people. To understand and know that we are one with the Spirit of God within. It's beautiful. But there is work to be done to keep going. He won't devalue it, because it has to be something opposite to what already exists as a counterfeit. So many things like that are there that people can follow, and this thing is not at war with anything or anyone. It is an alternative suggested path, and the dignity and the identity of the human being is maintained at a very respectful way, because you're working with the spirit within you in a very private way, and in a very secure space, if I may say that. And you're so gracefully and so delicately handled to be able to understand yourself and reach the state of oneness. It's absolutely brilliant and beautiful. Why would anyone want to say no to it, or fight, or be at war? I do wish I knew how to do this before, but that was a journey. We had to do it and sacrifice and hurt and hate and fight to be able to receive this kind of treasury of wisdom. But I think it was necessary and it was planned. I think it was all meant to be. It was all in the script anyway, because the level at which you are humbled when you realize you did something so wrong and you want to be forgiven, it's very overwhelmingly heart-moving and mind-changing. But I think we are a family. I'm proud of my family on that topic, and all of them who are here and who are not here, I'm sure they're watching from somewhere, and they're here in the spirit and in memories. Beautiful, beautiful family we are, that has been chosen to do this work and receive this gift. And I think as warriors, even if we don't make it or I might die doing this, or someone might lose their life. I think it's something to be proud of because it's that strong. We have gone through worse times, and but each time, each level, it just gets a little more intense and a little more stronger and a little more hard. So if I am perceiving it, we are at the very heights of this. I hope it's ending. Is a very strong feeling of something ending, and the loneliness and the penance in the separation is very, very intense. I had said 7 years back that this is the beginning of our last separation, and I have no idea what's gonna happen, but that's what keeps us in the present moment. This particular moment, it is so precious, and this is all we have control of, really, if we think about it. So if we take control of this precious moment, meaning, say something's happening, somebody's saying this, somebody's saying that, just switch your mind to be aware and be awake, and what you're gonna say or how you're gonna react. By training your mind and life every day, it will get to a point where your mind's intelligence is so fast in perceiving what's happening, and it is a superhuman, super fast engine that just erupts into the perfect landing of its intention of love and diffusing the energies of war and anything that is not love. And it's very comfortable with what it is not, because it has accepted what is, you see, and it's one with it. You're one with what is, and you're comfortable with what love isn't. So at that moment, like, for example, an argument or something like that, and your words, it's important. Communication is all we have to relate to each other. But if it's filled with lies and deceit and all this scheming and this and that and envy and jealousy, dear women out there, my God, I feel sorry for men sometimes. I have carried a lot of hate for men, but we are also no less, as I have changed myself and become this beautiful woman that I am now. And I'm proud to say that. I'm not shy at all. We have the power to create a kingdom or destroy the kingdom. And if we use that power gracefully, with dignity, and let men be, they can also have the space to realize who they are. And we be who we are, and we complement each other. So where you can respond in such a way that you're actually feeding the positive, and you're not enjoying the pleasure and the uncomfortable enjoyment of these other energies that are giving a really bad performance. It's bad acting. So it will launch perfectly, and the energy is so strong and soft. It's not intimidating to the offended parts. It actually heals them. Angry people are actually very hurt, they're very hurt inside. And sometimes when you can't just tell, we are so, just the body, just look at the body. I mean, we have a skin, it's covered, but nobody knows what's going on within except your own self. That's why you have to be very honest with yourself. So you even though you think in your mind that you're perceiving it, you're reading somebody's mind, oh, this is what happened, be very careful, because that's a very deceptive part of ourselves. that is saying this and doing that. It shouldn't be that way. Your mind should be empty. You have to be absolutely open in the space so you can perceive actually what is happening and not make up stuff. Most of the times we are thinking before we know, because those are negative energy. They're already there within us, so it will pop up no matter what. It's immature, it doesn't listen, it's always in the front, right? But the opposite thing is the maturity, the part that has wisdom, and it stays in the space. It has integrity. It waits for the right moment to speak. It's humble. You understand what I'm saying? It's very childish energies. So if we think before we know, then we're already reacting. This is what that this person is going to do, or this is what he's going to say. And then you dominate the entire space with your loud shouting, anger, whatever. That ego, untamed ego. Yeah, you got away with lie, deceit, and whatever all this time, but the time has come. It's going to be shut down. And the truth of what you really are is going to be arisen. You won't listen to anything but the truth coming from you. The one so beautiful. The truth. Okay? So, be quiet. Try to be quiet sometimes and listen to these with an awareness, and observe. Then you will realize that most of the things are just noise. It's just made up. So what? It's good to be perfect. That's what it is, rising up. The opposite energies that think they're strong, it is good. Use those use those negative energies, all the vices, the vasanas that's always challenging. Use it. You just jump and you walk all over it, and you step on it, and you rise up higher than what it is. And then you will thank it, saying, thank you for rising up the perfect part in me, so I can deal with you. People, all the time show off and come in the front and just shout and dominate with their acting and performing. And seriously. There is an energy to a powerful presence, and people notice when you do bow down. It's not we think we are doing something, hiding somewhere, but if somebody comes and catches you, right, you jump with shock, and you well, I don't know, nowadays nobody is shy doing anything. What the shame has turned into is something else. Overcoming shame is different from being shameless. There's a reason why this body was given. And so let's launch the right word, the right thought, the right actions, and let it land perfectly in its place, in its space, in its own time, and in its own way, organically. Let the gifts rise up naturally. This is the reason why these lessons are coming. If it's happening right now in this moment, it's happening for a reason. In my experience, every little thing had a reason. and I reflect on it, even the weird stuff. So trust me, just one more time. We are in good hands, and we will make best use of this perfect moment. There's nothing to do, just be nothing in that space and see how beautiful you've become when you are. Instead of cluttering and overcrowding the space with too much of everything. So I pray, may the families of God be blessed with the presence in the present, and the future will take care of itself, isn't it? You launch knowing that it's gonna land. The awareness has to be complete. Because even when this thing started to happen to us, we would get so excited because it was so awesome and it would feel good, and we had our own egos and we thought it's just going to take off, and so we have our human parts that's also being worked on simultaneously as we become one with this energy called love within. Perfect, the perfect balance. But it had to grow, I guess. That's why the weight was important. Although this is what I have been doing when I accepted it and when I left the world for this ministry to become ministers of love and do whatever it came to do. Like I said, there's no plan or design, or it's a very natural and organic experience. But we look back, I hear some songs even now. It's just like it happened yesterday, and it's so beautiful. And if this was just a drop of it, imagine how big. Just feel loved. You're loved. And let's love each other the right way. And we launch intentionally, knowing where it is going to land, then there won't be any problems, there won't be any mistakes. As the mind is thinking clearly and beautifully, and the heart is feeling clearly and beautifully, and the body is acting clearly and beautifully, all this together will bring you nothing but more and more love, more happiness, more wisdom. And you will enjoy living, and we will die in peace, isn't it? So be blessed, and I hope I did justice to what I intended to launch, and I hope it landed safely in your heart, with love, for love, to love. To experience eternal life. Eternal life cannot be destroyed, and pure love cannot be guiled. feel it. Feel it within yourself and don't be scared of it or shy. Have faith. Be bold and beautiful. And it will change your life, and it will change your life within and all around you. Okay, so let's continue this beautiful walk, and let's continue the beautiful talks, and we will see you soon whenever it happens. As we hold hands and join in welcoming the new year together in a couple of days, and look forward to a more beautiful life, more beautiful self, and all the beautiful experiences that He has in store for us. Hello everyone, yay, we made it. 2025, New Year is here. It's about 9ish in the morning in India. And I just saw that people have started ice skating in Jackson Town Square in Wyoming. My son is living in Wyoming, so I'm connecting with all my loved ones, my family, and all the extended families out there. May this beautiful, beautiful new year 2025 bring new experiences to know the truth within, bring peace in your mind and love in your heart, which is very, very important. Love is powerful. I just took a little rest after my breakfast this morning. People were partying all night, so I'm sure there were happy times, happy memories to carry throughout this year. And let the cheaters be cheaters, let the kings rise up, just come awake within yourself and do the work of finding the best parts of yourself, choose it, and live on and love on. I had no idea what I was gonna say. I've been gathering some thoughts, but I've been waiting for it to release itself from my system. I guess it's here now. Just be happy. Be happy. It's a choice to make. Otherwise, we would be bombarded with so many excuses and reasons all around to be sad about. And that's the work, isn't it? Even if you have one reason, just look for it, search for it. What can I be happy about today? I'm happy about all the people celebrating. It doesn't have to be personal all the time. Most of the personal thoughts and feelings have actually fallen away. There is so much joy just watching others being happy. That service attitude, to be there for others and do something for others, it's a very strong feeling, and it fills you up with immense joy. Even if it is a squeak, from your heart, that you wish someone and you smiled at someone, or you blessed a kid, it makes a big difference for God who's watching you from within. He's there in everyone. May that Holy Spirit rise, and may that goodness fill everybody, just washing away all the dirt and debris, and let us see good in each other. Like even in the worst person that you think that they're, don't be afraid, because this energy, this love is so strong that it will even push away the worst fears. It is true, it's happened to me, and I'm praying and hoping that everybody out there receives this beautiful gift of His presence, of His love and of His confidence in you, and the power to rise up above all these negative feelings and everything that is just weighing you down. Just be free. We've been talking about being free to feel real. Let it go, even the small things. We don't have to keep lying and cheating, We don't have to. He's taking care of us, His children. We're going to be fine. We're going to be fine, and we're going to choose to be happy and not do any harm to anyone, especially your own self. Just rise up above all those vasanas and vices and find that goodness. And if it's not there, let's create it. I'd been there. I never thought that there would be a time when anyone would even be happy with me, or I would be happy with myself or find any good. And it's a vortex. It just keeps going round and round and round. Just that's what we're here for. We are here. Let's go through it and finish the game. Face it. Face life. Face your own thoughts, your own feelings, your own life. Feeling free to be real. Then we talked about letting it go. Before letting it go, we have to understand the blocks we've created for ourselves. Self-created blocks to abundance. We realize that. Then we let go of things that is blocking our own self's perception of God's grace and blessings in your life. Then we do the work to launch, to land. Whatever you do, what's coming out of you, let it be a good thing that is going inside somebody's mind or somebody's life, or even for your own self. That selfishness comes naturally for any human being, but it has to be overcome, because anyone who's in the path of searching for God or wanting something more than just living this life and surviving, feeling that joy within, for them, selfishness need to just fade away eventually. Then God will even use you to help others abundantly. And then you become so humble, because you thought not capable, who you thought you're so bad, who you thought that you're strong enough. He will come and do something through you, show Himself. You will be so humbled. You will fold your hands. It is so beautiful. And then now we choose the good. We choose to be happy. Choose to be happy. Same message came even last year. For me, it's been like that. Is be happy, and all these ferocious war happens within. How can I be happy? This hasn't happened. How can I be happy? This person is doing this to me. This. But now I understand. When you're clear and when you have a clear vision, and you can see clearly and feel beautifully, and you can think clearly, it's true. Nothing else matters. You just radiate that energy because you're really happy from within. You don't have any scheming or any, you're not having any tentacles to do anything but be happy, and you just radiate this. You're protected. Your path will be cleared wherever you go, whatever you do, whoever you touch, and with whoever you are attracted to have a relationship with. May your lives be filled with beautiful things. May you feel beautiful. So let's celebrate this year happily. Spread that happiness to one and all. I mean it, one and all, everyone around. Don't be affected by distractions. For women especially, the curiosity and the distractions are the biggest things to look into and overcome. It's a spontaneous manifestation of God's love. It's beautiful. And whichever level you're at, you work from that level. For us, it's been very intense, and hopefully we'll also get an opening and a better life to live and be happy about, really be happy about. But we have to get there. It's effort. So when we do that, He's happy, and that also humbles us. We get everything freely without doing any work, then the value of it is not recognized. So don't misunderstand everything God is doing in your life. Some of them are, or most of them are, our own actions that has brought us into this place, and we accept that. And even if we don't understand something, don't let go of that love. Don't let go of that faith. Just keep on praying. Keep on building your, good character and faith and goodness. And one day we will all get there. We'll connect with each other in the goodness that we've risen, because He's happy with His children. He's proud of them, and we should be proud of ourselves and each other. And let's create a whole new beautiful world full of love, and live with joy, and be happy about it. Just trust Him one more time. We'll get there slowly. We'll get used to being happy. We'll get used to being joyful and love. Get used to it, because that's what the new beginning is all about. It's a new kind of love, new kind of healing. It's a new kind of beginning. It's a new kind of love. It's a new kind of feeling. So let's receive this beautiful gift of life and love. Share it with each other. Nothing else is worth it. It's just like a game. We are experiencing it. Nothing else means anything. Then when we carry this energy, everything, even the smallest thing, becomes beautiful, becomes a joy to do and give. Whatever it is you have to do today. I had to get up and do all my chores with my aching bones and arms. But I've made up my mind, and whoever's joining me, hallelujah, I'm going to do it with joy and without complaining and having any energies that are, strongly discouraging you. Don't. There is someone here encouraging you. Just rise up above it. Fill yourself with that spirit. Just do it. Just think in your mind, okay, I'm just gonna do it. It's powerful. And as you keep building this part of yourself, then it overtakes all the other parts, dominates with goodness, and then the strength can be stronger than the weakness that is posing to be strong. It's not real. So all the beautiful messages have come through. I'm feeling really happy that I made it this far. I can do it, so can you. Let's look forward for a beautiful year of new experiences. Find that truth within. May peace fill your minds, and may love just fill your heart. You just feel this love everywhere you go, when you're awake, when you're asleep. And be blessed. Happy New Year 2025.